One of the biggest shifts I've made recently is realizing that helping someone and controlling someone can look surprisingly similar. And that was a hard realization for me because most of my life, I thought I was genuinely helping. If someone came to me hurting, I wanted to fix it. If someone was struggling, I wanted to show them the answer. If someone was stuck, I wanted to help them move forward. And on the surface, that sounds loving. But underneath it, I was discovering something deeper. Sometimes my desire to help wasn't really about them. Sometimes it was about my discomfort with watching someone I care about struggle. Recently, I've been having conversations with people in my life who are going through their own healing journey. And I've noticed something. The more I heal, the less interested I become in convincing people. Not because I don't care, but because growth can't be forced. Nobody could force me to see something before I was ready. Nobody could force me to heal before I was willing. Nobody could force me to ask deeper questions before I was curious enough to ask them myself. So why would I expect that from someone else? For years, I thought that power looked like having answers. Now I think power looks like creating space. Space for someone to think, space for someone to question, space for someone to discover their own truth. Because the reality is, people rarely change because someone else told them what to do. They change because something inside of them becomes ready. I've started asking more questions instead of giving more answers. Questions like, what do you think? What feels true to you? What do you think is underneath that? What do you need right now? And what's fascinating is that people often arrive at deeper insights when they discover them themselves. Not because I gave them the answer, but because I trusted them enough to explore. Healing taught me something I didn't expect. My job isn't to save people. My job isn't to carry people. And my job isn't to make decisions for them. My job is to contribute what I've learned, be honest about my own experience, and respect another person's process. Because real growth does not come from dependence. It comes from self-trust. One of the most powerful things a human can do is to sit with another human being without trying to control the outcome, to listen, to offer perspective, and then trust them enough to walk their own path. That's the kind of love I'm still learning. And honestly, I think it's one of the healthiest forms of power I've ever experienced. Maybe healing isn't about becoming the person with all the answers. Maybe healing is about becoming someone who's no longer afraid of not having them.